founded 5 years ago by Mr. Bonino, who is mainly in charge today of all the administrative aspect as managing director, but also as a dean, the academic part. And we can say that UBIS has, let's say, four steps in the development. The first step was really the launch with as main objective to be in Geneva, international place with quality education, and to be very different from the current players on the market. But Mr. Bonino will explain that a little bit later.
Just a few words about the academic. Basically, we are dealing nowadays with Generation I, Generation Internet. So students that are more at ease with iPod, iPhone, whatever, than a good regular book that you flip over. So our approach is to not to force academics on them, but accompany them through the tools they know, to the tools that they have confidence with, and bring the knowledge to them. Okay, so by the powers vested on me, by the Board of Directors of the University of Business and International Studies, I bestow you the diploma of Doctor in International Relations honoris causa. Congratulations.
So I really thank the chairman and the members of the management of the University of Business and International Studies for this honor that has been done me. I would like to accept this honor on behalf of the people, the good people of Bayelsa State. Education for us is very, very important. As you know, we are we're a developing country, and the difference between the developed world and the developing world, as far as I'm concerned, is the level of education and the skill base. That is why from the beginning of my government, I decided to concentrate on the development of education. A lot of our students are out of the country. They've started returning with certificates, and they've become very useful to us. I really very appreciate this honor, and I want to assure you that when we talk and after going through all your programs, we'll probably have the first batch of Bayelsa students in UBIS by next year. I think Switzerland is definitely one of the best places to study international relations because of the kind of activities that go on here, especially around the United Nations and other international relations activities. So I'm very happy and honored once again to be given this doctoral honoris causa. Thank you very, very much. In the evening, I think I'll have the opportunity of saying more, but I'm overwhelmed. Thank you once again.
My name is Olajide Obalola. I'm from Kwara State, Nigeria. Coming to Switzerland, it's something different entirely for my career, because apart from going to US or Britain or Canada, like the Honorable just said, Switzerland brings something different, something dynamic to your career, to your exposure. That's just it. I mean, UBIS has been really helpful. It's like a family, not just a university.
My name is Olumide Akitude. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. And I'm also a student at UBIS. I'm studying media and communication in my master's program. And it's a very good university. And as everything has been said and done by both parties, we students and the school itself. The difference UBIS brings for us, we students, is that they give us the hands-on experience, how to make things happen outside in life, in the society. Because in our own country, we already have this educational system where you go to school, your lecturers teach you. It's the same old thing. But the difference this brings from every other country, and Britain and UK and the States, is they send you into the field, they give you internship programs with all these United Nations, World Health Organization, and the World Banks. So it gives you an opportunity to mix with the international people, how to communicate, express yourself, negotiate, which is almost all the problems we're having now in this world.
So right now is to make sure it creates a platform that both everybody shares and benefits from that. So it's part of his own legacy that we're trying to drive in.
I fully agree, and I think that can bring results.
For those of you who don't know, because many of us have not been to Nigeria, I've been doing my research over the past few days. Nigeria has 36 states with a population of 155 million people. It's the most populous country in Africa and the 7th in the world. It has 6 cities with populations of more than 1 million, and Lagos, the largest city, has a population of more than 8 million inhabitants. Switzerland, in comparison, has approximately 7 million people. I'm just trying to give you these figures so that you have an idea of such a great country that we're talking about this evening. We are here tonight to find out how one of its most resourceful states, Bayelsa, in the core of the Delta region, is dealing with the present and looking forwards to this promising future. And to learn more about the potential of the state of Bayelsa, we are very fortunate to have its governor, His Excellency Chief Timipre Silva, with us this evening. We would like to ask Mr. Debo Akintunde to recite the opening prayers.
I'm not going to recite the opening prayer. I'm going to pray, actually. It shows, Tim, you've been going to church very often. Could we please bow down our heads? Father, we thank you for this evening. We bless your holy name for this beautiful day. We thank you for the lives of everyone here today. We glorify you because we know without you, nothing is possible. With you, everything is possible. You are the one that created leaders. For it is said that leaders are not born, but they are made.
Being one of the most progressive states in Nigeria, being led by one of the most dynamic young generation of politicians that are beginning to crop up in Nigeria, I want to share something with you. Today, I can stand here and feel proud that I'm a Nigerian. A new dynamic has started in Nigeria. I do not think that I will have any better opportunity than this one to invite each and every one of you who has defied time, who has defied very serious responsibilities you have, to come here today in order to stay with our governor, to honor him, and be part of what is going to happen.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. My name is Tekena Ibama from River State, Nigeria. I'm going to give you a brief profile on the governor. The rich in Nigeria like to attribute their wealth to hard work. And for most among them, hard work is the signature explanation in many narrations of life history. But there are a rare few in the country who find themselves humbled by achievements and possession. They see themselves and all they have as the function of divine grace and divine favor. They spend their lives exploring the world around them for the possibilities and opportunities to spread hope, give hope to those without it, and keep hope alive in areas where it appears to ebb. Bayelsa State Governor Chief Timipre Silva is one of these people. He loves service targeted towards ordinary people. A propensity for service runs through his veins. Silva passed his childhood under a shadow of struggle in the rural backwards of the Niger Delta. He cannot boast of a wealthy ancestry or an Ivy League education, although he is the son of an accountant father and a businessman mother. His parents died while he was very young. He did not school in Cambridge nor Harvard, but he has had a very brilliant career. Born on July 7, 1964 in Okpoma, in the brass local government council of Bayelsa State, Silva started his primary education at St. Paul's Anglican Primary School, Okpoma, and finished in Ajeromi Central Primary School, Ajeromi Ifeledun Local Government, Lagos, in 1976. His secondary school education was at the Government Secondary School, Tuam Brass, from 1976 to 1981. Subsequently, he secured admissions into the University of Port Harcourt, where he majored in English Studies and Linguistics. After graduating from the university, Silva had a one-year stint with the Shell Petroleum Development Corporation in Wari Delta during his mandatory National Youth Development Corps program. He started his career as an executive secretary of National Minority Business Council, Port Harcourt. As the name suggests, the council, now defunct, was dedicated to improving the economic capacities of people in the ethnic minorities of Nigeria. It is Silva's first and real-life opportunity to cater to the needs of economically disadvantaged groups of his native Niger Delta and Nigeria in general. He discharged his obligations with rare diligence, causing the electorates in the old river states to notice him in the early 1990s. In 1991, Silva was elected to the Old River State House of Assembly on the platform of the then National Republican Convention. The experience was, however, short-lived, as the military, under the late General Sani Abacha, struck and disbanded political parties. He went into business briefly and soon returned to politics when the ban on politics was lifted. As one of the founding members of the United Congress Party, Silva became a party's state financial secretary. It was not meant to last, as the 5 political parties that existed then were also proscribed by the military. Silva joined the People's Democratic Party and the inception of the Fourth Republic in 1999. Later, he held 2 key posts. He was appointed political advisor to the then governor of Bayelsa State, Chief Diprie Alemasia, and then special assistant to former Minister of State and Petroleum Resources, Dr. Edmund Dakaru, after resigning as aide to the former governor in 2002. Silva was a member of the Governing Council of the Federal University of Agriculture, Umudike, Abia State, until 2002. He became governor of Bayelsa State on May 29, 2007, following an appeal court judgment. The election that brought him to power as governor was annulled, but he won the governorship rerun elections that was ordered by the court and was sworn in as governor of Bayelsa State on May 27, 2008. He is humbled by his amazing rise to prominence. He is prepared to help the great majority of his people grow. His words, "I grew up in the swamps. In fact, in my village, if you are the last man on the beach, then you're the last man in Nigeria. This is the bottom of the map. How could anybody have given me a chance? But we grew up there, and the Lord has led us to where we are today." So, for me, it is now my duty to help others in any way possible to get out of that cocoon. I always tell people, look, I am not a special person. If I can make it to this level, then anybody can. I have no special qualities, nothing. Just a human being, just a young man like you. Somehow, the Lord has been very merciful towards me. Look at how I became governor. After the primaries, everybody thought it was over, but the Lord said it was only then that he was starting. And before anybody could say Jack Robinson, I was back and I'm governor today. What does this all tell you? Is it not favor? I'm sure you cannot deny the favor of God in that. Silva brought an impressive performance history with him when he joined the race for Bayelsa State governorship seats in 2006. What attracted older politicians and other officials who had worked with Silva in the past was his ability to fit himself into a new field, as well as his prudence and intelligence. Working on a task, Silva divided a sheet of paper into half, showing the pros on one side and the cons on the other. During his work as aide in the office of the Bayelsa State Governor and the Federal Minister of States for Petroleum Resources, this habit of his more than once helped him to take the right decision. When he became governor, his other remarkable qualities came to light. He has proved to be a wonderful organizer and a manager of men and resources. The job of Bayelsa State Governor has allowed Silva to engage in 2 of his favorite activities, developing their environments and building up human capital. The array of capital projects going on in the states are a clear testimony to a governor focused on human and environmental development of his people. He's married to Ali Yingi, and they have 3 children. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Ojiako, Ambassador and Permanent Rep, the founder and the management of the University of Business and International Studies. Let me specially and very specially recognize my most beloved wife, Mrs. Alayenge Silva. Your Excellency, Ambassador Teotio, my friends here who accompanied me from Nigeria, and those of you who actually joined me from Europe, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I feel most honored to have been deemed worthy and selected for this award of a doctorate degree honoris causa in international relations by this unique university. My joy at this honor is accentuated by the significance of the country it is coming from and the area of study chosen for me. Switzerland, as a country, has come to be known internationally as a bastion of peace. International relations, as a cause of study, is concerned with how to foster peace and harmony among nations. And I happen to be a man that believes in peace. Peace as a key ingredient in development. Needless to say, I feel this award was not made to me personally. It is an acknowledgement of our collective effort to build a peaceful and prosperous world of men and women empowered by freedom and knowledge. An ideal that Bayelsa State of Nigeria, under my leadership, has pursued since the past over 4 years. Many years ago, when I started working with my community to help our people emerge from the social and economic backwardness that was forced on us by history, I envisioned creating a society full of pleasantness that was not available during my childhood. I envisioned presenting a society united in love and self-respect, and a people confident and equipped to compete successfully in the Committee of Nations. Becoming governor about 4 years ago signified to me that perhaps I had landed the opportunity. I craved to achieve some of the goals I set long ago. Since assuming office, we have run an administration with a vision for a united, secure, and prosperous Bayelsa State, hinged on the belief that the youth are our future. In pursuit of this vision, amid the restiveness that was the lot of our part of the country at the time, we initiated concrete measures to redirect and harness the enormous energies of our youth towards their own good and the good of our land. Specifically, we took several trips to the creeks where the militants had their camps to convince them to come out and lay down their arms. It was like going to shave the lion in its den. We waged peace with the weapon of development and opened a window of social rehabilitation that provided a framework for the federal government of Nigeria's amnesty program for the hitherto militant youths of the Niger Delta. Today, the amnesty program has moved beyond the level of just laying down arms by the ex-militants. It has progressed to a level where the ex-militants are being trained in various fields to equip them with skills to enable them earn a decent living. This is in recognition of the fact that to achieve peace on a sustainable basis, citizens must be provided with unimpeded access to a means of livelihood. And in these days of knowledge economy, education remains one of the avenues for arming our people with the requisite knowledge for creating and growing businesses in order to expand the vistas of opportunity to earn a living for our people. In pursuit of this cause of peace, we have also embarked on an extensive scholarship system aimed at funding the education and training of those who would otherwise have remained in darkness outside of the civilizing light that literacy and education alone can give as a result of lack of funds. This set of people will ordinarily constitute a threat to peace if their energies are not properly channeled and harnessed. I am happy to report that our administration gave full scholarships to 200 Bayelsans for ICT training in India, over 100 in Malaysia, and over 100 in Russia. For courses in medicine and engineering. As I speak, about 150 students of Bayelsa State origin are studying at various levels across the globe on government scholarship. Apart from the education and skills they are acquiring, their worldview and outlook on life will definitely be broadened through their exposure to other cultures. Our investment in education is also being supported with the rapid infrastructural development of the state. We are boosting access to healthcare through the construction of state-of-the-art healthcare centers and hospitals in Bayelsa State. Access to safe drinking water is also being enhanced across the state. We realize that our tragedy today is a general inability to develop ourselves enough to conquer our environment and discover and utilize the enormous treasures modern nature has concealed there for our sustenance. We realize that we must learn and teach ourselves that the basest of all things is to be without education and invariably be at the mercy of those that have it. I would like to thank the youth of Bayelsa State for their unwavering encouragement to the government through their eagerness to embrace the various empowerment schemes we have initiated for them. I thank the parents and community leaders for being vital social mobilization agents for the government. And I thank the entire people of the state for refusing to give up. I also express my gratitude to everyone else in the state and outside. I accept this award with deep gratitude on behalf of the people of Bayelsa State, everywhere in the world, and for those who struggle for mental liberation of our people through their various efforts. I accept the award as a tribute to all those who have governed Bayelsa State in the past and laid the foundations that we continue to build on for the good of mankind. And of course, I accept it on behalf of President Goodluck Jonathan, whose transformational leadership has continued to be a great encouragement for our development efforts. It is through you all and through your great efforts that whatever good works and intentions the government has is implemented and nurtured to fruition. I am convinced that we all want only the best for our society. No matter the part of the world we come from, we share a common humanity. We share a common aspiration to further our happiness and try to avoid suffering. We share the same essential human needs and concerns. We share a common desire for freedom, right, and ability to fulfill our destinies. This gathering here today is a clear expression of that essential human nature to share our happiness as well as problems. The struggles of our people against political and economic forces that try to hold us perpetually down since the pre-colonial time are well documented. It has been a long struggle for us, but of late, we are beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel. At all levels, we are earning increasing ability to determine our lives. That is why our government has set for itself a task to make the best of what we have for the development of our future. In Bayelsa State, human development is our utmost quest. The spirit is high, but we are often hampered by resources. However, we do believe that with demonstrations of solidarity like this one shown by this university, we shall continue to make great impact. This award is particularly dear to me because it comes from an institution reputed for academic excellence, right in the heart of a country that could be described as the global headquarters of peace. I intend to use this as an avenue to further propagate peace through the establishment of a scholarship fund for more Bayelsa students to come over here to study. This, I believe, will enable them understand how this country has been able to create and sustain the culture of peaceful living in spite of the diversity and imbibe same. If this is sustained over time, it could serve as a vehicle for transplanting the culture of peace that is so entrenched here to the heart of the Niger Delta, from where it will be nurtured and spread all over Nigeria. I thank you, the board, staff, and students of UBIS for this award. I thank you for recognizing our little effort and contribution to the global struggle for better humanity for our little corner of the globe. I shall always treasure your belief in me and in Bayelsa State, and I shall always treasure this award. I thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Your Excellency.